But what happens is that the situation in different states is different. Somewhere the rural community is huge. Somewhere the education is much better. Somewhere the floods are at a particular area. Somewhere there are festivals in a particular. You can't have
Natural calamities in every
No, I showed you losses. No, Malad.
part of the country will continue.
No, I'm not saying that. In this monsoon season, Malad, can't see in Tamil Nadu, for example, in monsoon season, Malad, this particular season, there's a lot of rain and areas get flooded. That may not happen in other states. I'm just saying. So, Malad, I prepared a note to your lordship. Malad, just hand over, please. No. It's not a uniform thing that happens across the country, Malad. The northeast monsoon in Tamil Nadu is always heavy during November and December when the exercise is being done. Malad. The districts in the coastal area always experience heavy to very heavy rainfalls during this season. According to the meteorological department this year, heavier rain than usual is predicted. Because of this, the common people will be preparing for the same, and the revenue officials who are enlisted as BLOs, EROs, and AERs will have to manage the flood relief as well. Hence, practically, this is not a conducive time for conducting the exercise. 2. December and January are the harvest season in Tamil Nadu. It being an agricultural state, most of the agriculturalists and agricultural laborers will not be available at their houses to participate in the enumeration and the subsequent phases. From 24/12/25 to 1/1/26, Christmas vacation will be declared for schools and colleges. Most families plan for vacation and there will be minimum participation in the enumeration process. The same is the case between 13/1/26 and 18/1 being the harvest season, that is Pongal. This festival is closely connected with the cultural, linguistic, and religious sentiments of crores of Tamilians. But this may not be relevant in other states. I want to point that out. Now, kindly see, there's a departure from the SIR, from the original SIR of 24/6/2025. On 27/10/25, order states that no document is to be collected from electors during the enumeration phase. And ERO is to issue notice only after publication of the draft electoral rolls to those electors who could not be linked with previous SIR electoral rolls to ascertain their eligibility.
So I think one of the deficiencies they have rectified. It's a case of rectification of a deficiency, not something it should be read in your favor.
No, just read on, Mother. There are some very serious issues. Mother, there are areas where there is no connectivity at all. There is no 5G network, there is no 4G network. Mother, the people cannot connect. Where are you going to upload all these things? Can you see? Annexure 3 of the same order reads as follows. ERO will issue notice to those electors whose previous SIR electoral rolls details provided in the enumeration form are either not available or do not match the database. So, if it is not available, do not match the database, he'll have to fill everything up for us. He may be in a rural area, may be working somewhere else. Where are you going to do all this? Then, the following questions arise for the procedure. When will the ERO request for the documents? We don't have any timeline, Mullah. How many days will be granted for submission? No timeline set out. Who will serve the notice? What format is that notice? Under which act, rule, order will the notice be issued? How should the documents be submitted? Through RPAD or physically to the ERO or the BLO?
So, Professor Sibal, why you people are so apprehensive? They will have to answer everything. They will do it.
But they'll do it when the process has started. The process has started on 4th of November.
So that's only a preliminary exercise. Virtually, they will.
No, it ends, Mullah. It ends within 1 month. Not a preliminary. Then the draft rolls is prepared, Mullah. Then what do we do? When will that notice be given, Mullah? Previously, at least during the exercise, notice was given. Now they've changed that process, Mullah. Now just see further. The enumeration from which the form which is being distributed is difficult to comprehend and fill from the common man's perspective. I'll show you that enumeration form presently. Under the order dated 27/10, for electors whose enumeration forms have not returned, BLO may identify a probable cause, such as absent, shifted, death, duplicate, based on an inquiry from the nearby electors and note the same. However, under the 1960 rules, only EROs, not BLOs, are allowed to conduct that sort of inquiry. Till 10/11/25, 7 days of the enumeration. This is the important, Mullah. Form distribution phase, only 61.43, that is 3,93 lakh forms have been distributed. Out of these, only a meager 4,713 forms have been digitized. If this is taken into account, lakhs of forms cannot be digitized before the date of publication of the draft electoral roll. Hence, there is imminent danger of lakhs of voters losing their franchise. These are real problems of the ground, Malaj. And this is ultimately going to be a farcical exercise. The extract of the electoral roll of the Bihar SIR with reference to 1725 is added as a 13th document. I don't know why. What has the Bihar SIR got to do with it? What the electoral roll of Bihar has anything to do with the SIR to be conducted in Tamil Nadu is not made clear. This causes enough confusion in the minds of the electors as well as political parties. Will the Bihar SIR be taken as a basic document to include voters of Bihar as voters of Tamil Nadu without there being any eligibility based on the criteria of ordinary residence? The apprehension of political parties that ineligible voters in large numbers could be added in this process is fortified from reading Annexure 3, which I just showed that to your lordship, which needs to be addressed by the ECI, and necessary amendments have to be carried out in the notification dated 2710. The period of filing claims and objections to the notice phase overlaps. The period for filing claims is 9th December to 8th January, while the notice phase is 9th December to 31st January, and will be in conflict with the 60 rules. There are inherent defects in the 2002-2005 electoral rolls of the ECI. Important details such as house number, street name, adequate voter details. As such, it is not possible to identify and correlate a voter's name with the roll. I just show you one annexure, Malas. See what the chart is. Nobody will be able to understand this, Malas. See this, show that please. And next additional documents, Malas, just see that, the annexure.
Page 50.
Page 57, Malas. Well, this is going to destroy the very. And why this great hurry, we don't understand. Anyway, Malas, kindly see, please see 58, Malas.
Everybody will wants a status quo.
No, I don't want a status quo. Malas, this is not an adversarial exercise. Let's be clear.
Absolutely.
The Election Commission of India wants the system to work. You want the system to work. We want the system to work. But Malas, it's not that.
An adversarial litigation.
But it seems like that. What we are seeing down the road is like that, Malas. We are giving suggestions, Malas, and there's always resistance. Kindly now see, just see this list of 30 constituencies. Where do I get any details?
Can you give a copy of your petition to?
We've given, Malas.
Page 104.
Just see 104, Malas. That's the other thing.
Issue notice.
I show you
Who is
the.
your accept notice on behalf of the Election Commission of India? A complete set of the paper book has been handed over to the learned counsel for the commission during the course of
Notice
reading.
on 44.
There is a counter affidavit.
There are 6 petitions, Manoj, so we'll need at least 2 weeks. 6 petitions, 42 to 47.
Huh?
44 is Bengal matter where I'm appearing, Malas.
It's ultimately the same.
May
And then there is an IA of AIDMK also, a lot of.
Malas, the problem.
So I don't
The
know.
problem is if you want to finish this exercise in 1 month, it cannot happen. Bengal is much worse, Malas. Much worse. There is no connectivity. At least Tamil Nadu, Malas, there's some element of connectivity. In rural areas, there is no connectivity.
that's the.
There is no 5G, there is no 4G.
The details of the electors have to be digitized by the BLOs. On the ground, the BLOs are either from Anganwadi schools or the village medians. They are
You see, you
finding.
people want to project us as if the first time in this country voter lists are being prepared. Please, we also know ground reality.
But in this manner, they have not been prepared before.
Decide every issue. There is a constitutional functionary is undertaking some exercise. Anybody can commit some deficiency. There can be procedural deficiency. There can be procedural irregularities also. Point out though those can be rectified.
But the problem is, this 1 month exercise cannot be completed in 1 month.
Democratic process is
Malas,
taking
no. This never used to happen before, Malas. Even in the 2002 electoral roll, never used to happen like
There's
this.
already an electoral.
We all know what
roll.
happened
They
before.
formed A kind of an exercise to revise it.
But it took 3 years earlier, Malas. They only in 1 month.
Yes, maybe.
Yes, Malas, then how do you do this exercise in 1 month? But ultimately lakhs of people are going to be excluded, Manoj.
File your counter affidavit. One.
This network doesn't work.
I mentioned that.
Network
Doesn't work.
Surprisingly, not every state is competing to show that they are more backward.
I have one
Backward instead of saying they are developed.
Just
We are issuing notice unless you want that some kind of a special news report about a particular matter. Otherwise, we are
It's
issuing
okay.
notice.
Issue notice, Manoj.
We are issuing
But
notice.
Manoj, not 2-3, because the point is the exercise is going to be over on 5th.
Exercise, we can annul, Mr. Sibal, if once we satisfy, we will annul the exercise
Very
if we are satisfied with your.